Governor Kathy Hochul signing a law today requiring job listings in New York State to include salary ranges. The governor says this historic measure will usher in a new era of fairness and transparency for New York's workforce and will be a critical tool in our efforts to end pervasive pay gaps for women and people of color. Assemblymember John McDonald, who has ties in the private and public sectors, saying that this is long overdue.
Same token, on the private sector side, there has been a history of inequity. As an employer, I've always been fair. The position is what you're paid. It's not dependent on your sex, plain and simple. Not every employer has done that, and there has been a big movement over the past several years where many businesses have adopted these policies. This bill that was signed into law by the governor today codifies what has been a growing accepted practice.
All advertised jobs must list salary ranges and promotions. It's part of a state labor law and will reportedly take effect later next year. Violations can be reported to the Department of Labor, which can issue fines.
Our airport is as busy as it gets at the moment. Travelers coming and going from all parts of the country. And there's also extra urgency to get out and get where you're going now, sooner than later, as the weather for Chicago and many other travel hubs is going to turn sour over the next 48 hours. And we want to make sure that you get where you're going safely, or the people that you're expecting into central New York arrive safely, as this winter storm is going to cause problems all over the country. Weather Authority meteorologist Violet Skyber has the story.
The holidays are almost here, and if you are planning on traveling, whether it's by plane, train, car, or bus, I'll have a look at our next big weather maker and how it will impact your travel plans across the country. First, let's start off with some alerts. We have winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, blizzard warnings, and even winter storm watches, all for the same strong weather system that's going to sweep across the country with some snow, windy conditions, a flash freeze, and even rain for some parts as well. So let's start off with where this system is as we speak. This evening, right now, it's still across the western part of the country, bringing snow up by Montana, along with a cold front that's beginning to drop in. That will bring some windy conditions and a huge polar plunge down the middle of the country over the next couple of days as it sweeps across to the East Coast. And by Friday morning, that's when we really start to see the impacts here in central New York, with the edge of that cold front going through. And we get a change from rain to snow, and also that cold air from Canada with a flash freeze and some ice underneath the snow that starts to pile up, along with those strong winds as well. And you may be asking, well, how is this going to impact your flights in the coming days? Well, for this evening and tonight, it's already causing some issues across the northern half of the country by Fargo, Minneapolis, and Omaha with those strong winds and snow. Now, as it continues to move further east, it will eventually affect Denver, dropping down into Omaha and heading towards the Chicago area, going towards Thursday. And really, by Thursday afternoon is when we start to see some major impacts over the Great Lakes region and over the Northeast by Friday. That's when Syracuse flights and any connecting flights to Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Washington, D.C., or New York City may get delayed or possibly even canceled. So make sure you have an alternate option for your flights or your driving plans over the next coming days. Either head out earlier or later.